me your reasoning. Why'd they ban the Earthshaker? Like, what
I
does it
honestly don't know. Probably because they expected a Phoenix off lane, and it's a great lane. But like they have Rubik and they banned Earthshaker. It is kind of weird. It feels like that was a bit of a throwaway.
do? I mean, Fisher. It's
Yeah.
pretty great ability.
Drow Ranger
PL
with
stands out.
4
to me,
ranged.
but Spectre, okay.
So it looks like
Some
it's gonna
illusion
be
hero
the-
that closes the gap.
So who's is gonna be S4 Ursa? I assume then with the middle tiny.
Yeah, I like the Spectre a lot here. I think that PL could be nice, but I think they just get run over. They don't deal enough damage, and Spectre has a lot more synergy with the rest of their draft because it gives them a way. Like all 3 of Liquid's cores hate playing against something with heavy reach, and that was what was missing from the EG draft. They needed non-blink related initiation, and Spectre is that perfectly. It's also a very tanky hero, and if you look at the Liquid lineup, you know they're going to be pumping out a ton of raw damage. So I think this is a perfect Arteezy Spectre game. Probably go that Blade Mail into Manta build that you're such a huge fan of, BSJ. I'd be very surprised to see a Radiance.
He's going Blade Mail almost certainly against Klink's Drow, and even
And
heroes
Venno.
like Phoenix. Yeah, it's you just need the armor's nice, the ability to make it so they can't focus you nearly as effectively, and we've seen Arteezy on the Spectre go the 4-0-4 build, so it's kind of this way to just sustain through the laning stage, because once you get that level 10 talent, it's also quite nice. It just enables you to stay on the map, something that EG really emphasizes, having 3 cores farming at once.
How does he stay in the lane? I mean, you're verse 5. Like, what lane does Arteezy do good in here?
I think you offlane the Spectre, to be honest with you.
And
Like
who's
you do Lich Spectre offlane, and you
Versus
block
who?
the small camp.
Whoa, Mind Control's playing Drow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
And Croaky's not playing Clinks, as
That's
he did
true.
earlier in the week. Oh, these are the 2 teams that.
Wait,
you know,
Arteezy's
the
not playing
surprising one.
Phoenix.
Yeah, he didn't swap over.
Oh my gosh.
And now we are going to be into the game. This is game number 1. EG has secured upper bracket, but you want to get that first place. And then you get your choice of, you know, whoever else you want to play. Liquid, they still need to get that upper bracket as well. I mean, you're the reigning champions of TI. And you're one of the favorites, right? You're one of the top 3 going into this tournament. You got to get in that upper bracket, which it sounds like you guys do like Liquid's draft a little bit more than EG's.
I think that's easier to execute. I have yet to see a team play against Drow very well. I feel like EG is the one. Like Liquid's on a bit of a clock, but if they get far enough ahead, their death ball's just insane. And the one thing EG's lineup still lacks is an ability to push towers and team fight. And I don't. And they can't really do Roche if they don't take map control because Ursa's just not going to find a way to get freely into the pit. So they have an uphill battle. I would favor Liquid. But if EG can get to a certain point, if the game is even, 25, 30 minutes, I would say EG's got this, but it's going to be real rough to get there.
Spectre is a hero that you mentioned, I think yesterday, Kyle, that it does put this Drow on an inevitable timer where eventually Drow will be rendered useless. And obviously that could be very late on in the game if Liquid maintains control of the map and a comfortable net worth lead. But what I'm scared of immediately when I look at this game is they're putting Lich Spectre safe lane, and you have a Venno Venge off lane, and I think, or sorry, there's a Venno or a Venge Phoenix. It looks like they're choosing Venge. Who's laning bottom?
All 3?
All 3. They're aggressive tri-laning. I'm fearful that they can just get dove by fording the first creep wave. Because when I look at Lich this patch, I think the Ford had a big deal with his inability to be picked in a lot of games because you just double up the first wave because he denies the range, and then you just dive them.
Yeah, it's not like Arteezy can push out the wave.
And they're going to
anyway.
cut him off here.
Yep, and they have to know something like this is up. Yeah, look at this. Wave of Terror just going to harass him. Dagger will fly and just slow him down, but what do? If you're Arteezy, you just TP to the tower? You do, but now they know. They can dive you.
Okay, and now they just rotate the Venge top. I like that play. You can't just leave Venno alone.
Yep. Urshok will end up missing up there.
I feel like you have Liquid favored in all 3 lanes. Maybe not middle, but I mean, that's a 0 armor Tiny playing against a Clinks with Searing Arrows. So you can just orb walk him through the wave and force Sumail to really hog that courier, possibly even more than he usually does.
Yep, and that's the thing.
Oh,
like,
got the deny.
every Tiny is going to have a high CS middle, but eventually, once you get more levels, the Clinks is just going to eat him alive.
Dude, it's
like
so
you
cool. I respect Sumail so much. He's going fast bottle. I have not seen a Tiny do this in this tournament, but if there were a game to do it, it's this one. Because he's going to take so much damage, he needs that sustain to get CS with stun and to just control runes. That's like the only way you can really play against the Clinks.
Yep.
Very smart.
So does EG have any kill potential? Well, top lane, Crit. He is more than likely to go down. They want to get Matumba Man. Who's going to get the first blood? It will be Matumba Man with the Poison Sting and Gale. And now GH is going to run out, and there you see it. This is going to be easy. They've got stuns and slows in pretty much every lane. Well, they do.
This lane doesn't exactly get better for EG as it goes on either. Iris is a hero that relies on just walking at you until he gets a Blink Dagger, and Veno hard counters that, especially when he gets level 3 with the level 2 points in passive. Goes from 36 damage to a whopping 144, excuse me. Per click.
Lift up. They're going to throw GH back. He is level 2, though. He gets the stun. One more right click from S4 would be enough, but guess what? You're galed. You're slowed. You're not getting anywhere. And there's a healing salve up on the Venge, so guess what? He'll be staying in the lane.
Oh, denying the regen rune bottom is huge from Kuroki here.
And look at Sumail sees him. He's like, I'm not even wasting my time. Smart use the fire spirits, lose the HP, gets it all back.
That's huge. If Sumail gets that rune, I think he runs away with this lane. Now it should at least be contested, and he's forced to buy yet another salve. And now with the empty bottle, the harass from Miracle can start to add up.
Yeah, but you see, it does get all the CS, but right click, right click, right click. The damage is insane. It looks like top lane, they're going in again. S4 taking so much damage. He is so slow. Crit can't do much because all his abilities are on cooldown. They're looking for Matumba Man. It won't be enough. And you see, they're just kiting him around with this. And what a lane.
It's really important that they put the Venge with the Veno here, because whenever you have Veno, since he wins all the trades via his passive, you need to win the lane against Veno by killing him. And so the Venge is protecting the Veno when he gets lifted into the Ursa slow. If you had like the Phoenix top, he wouldn't be able to do anything to prevent the Veno from dying to that. They're trying again. Venge is not in position here, but the Gale is enough. And that just shows how survivable Matumba Man is as a Veno this early on in the game.
He has stick charges. Yeah, he's going to stun S4 because he knows he can kill Crit without using the stun on him, I believe. But now GH, he's going to run away and won't be able to kill. Did he not kill Crit on purpose there?
He couldn't, I don't believe. S4 would have closed the gap, and he didn't have quite enough damage. But there's just a very high skill top lane. Like this entire game, I'd say these are 10 of the most individually skilled players in all of Dota. And every single lane has a lot of mind games.
And Sumail will go down middle. Miracle gets the kill, has the Aquila, is just flying out a Mango. He's like, you know what, I'm just going to pop a Mango. Don't even want a Clarity versus Tiny.
Yep. Sumail is winning the CS war, though, and that's kind of... I think you take that as a good death, because instead of buying more regen, he just TPs back into lane with a full bottle.
Yep. And now S4, they finally get the Matumba Man kill, and this is a bloodbath of the game already, a kill a minute.
He has no health on her, so he has to walk all the way back to base. So while good to kill the Veno, you want to be able to capitalize by getting like extra CS.
Oh, middle lane. He's taking a ton of damage. You'd need 2 more hits. Oh my goodness.
My
God.
The low attack speed. Miracle. I mean, he just straight up outplays Sumail there with the healing salve.
Sumail kind of outplayed himself there. But yes, Miracle did play a role. Miracle, he's an okay player.
Yeah, he's won a TI or so.
Only one, though.
Aren't like 8 of these 10 players in the top 10 leaderboards?
Will die to the neutrals here.
Also, 7 of them are TI winners.
It's quite a few.
Indeed.
It's crazy. It's fun to see things like that, right? You know Tiny has that low base attack time. You're like, I'll just salve in between. You get like 150 HP. Not even scared. And now,
Veno.
Matumba, yeah, he is looking, nicely done. Eats the tree. Can't even lift him up in time. And Matumba, man, that secures the rune.
Well played.
S4 going to be here. He's going to avoid him. He is going to slow him down, but S4, you're still slow, my friend. He's going to have to run away and...
Fly might be in some trouble bottom getting...
the miss.
Oh, that is so crucial. That was a level 2 Frost Arrow as well.
They are crushing this bottom lane, EG is, though. I mean, this is something we've seen. Like, Spectre just seems to be a much stronger laner than I feel like a lot of people gave credit for before watching, just with this this 202 build.
Uh-oh, but a rotation coming in from GH. He's going to throw the dagger out to slow Kuroki. Can he make it in? Yep, Lich Armor Plus, as you've talked about, the 404, but he's 202, of course, but Dispersion. Pretty good early top lane now. Guess what? You know somebody's missing, so you're going to go for a kill. You don't quite get it.
And he has no shrine, no salve. He can't walk up anymore.
Liquid up 5-1 with over 1,000 gold lead. Sumail. Oh, they get vision of him. GH actually plays the ward, sees vision of Sumail. He wants this 6-minute rune. Will it be here? That is the real question. It won't be. They just stun each other, and guess who's going to go up and get there? The Clinks will get an arcane rune.
He's so farmed on Miracle. Look at all these stat items.
Dude, that was like perfectly timed stuns from both players. Yeah. It would have been a race to see if GH could have denied the rune had it spawned before Sumail got it, but they both played it like to the second perfectly.
Yep. So you are EG. You know you're probably losing top and middle right now. but you know you're winning bottom. Are you
Yeah.
okay with this?
What I think you are okay with it for sure. I mean, you're out CSing at all your lanes. At least deaths are part of the are fine. I think as long as you're shutting down the drown, your Spectre's in the game, you're happy. Nice rotation from Miracle up top.
What we saw yesterday, and something I was talking to Winder about earlier, is if Spectre's your highest net worth, she doesn't enable other heroes to farm and create space for them. I'm not a huge fan of having Spectre be the best lane. Obviously, she's not the highest net worth right now, but Tiny's, despite winning in CS, is down by 1,100, and I feel like Miracle...
Yeah. He's had to buy 4 or 5 salves.
Miracle's the pace setter for Team Liquid. Veno's a hero that just sits in his lane continuously pressuring. He's the one that's going to be rotating, and Tiny's the one that's going to be rotating, and I feel like that timing is really important.
Top lane. Go on, Kyle.
I was gonna. Oh, hang on. We will watch this.
We're just watching. It's going to be a bait by Matumba Man here. The lift up's going to go. Will they at least get Matumba Man before they go down? Crit needs one more attack. They do, but Miracle, he's just playing Clink, right? You're not a flash farmer.
Sure.
You want to move around and get it, and he does.
Yeah, I was just confused because BSJ keeps talking about Miracle, the SEA player, and we're watching Miracle, the TI winner, make an insane rotation into the top lane.
And
know
he's
what
their
was
pace
going
setter.
on.
He knows that Drow's not going to do it. Veno's not a hero that's going to do it, and that's just adjustment to the play. It's not saying that Clinks never does this. It's just that he's being even more active than a normal Clinks would be, and now he's TPing bottom to make it happen here. He knows that Lich, Spectre cannot really defend themselves other than just ice armor for the slow.
And what? Yeah, like just rotation, middle kill, top kill. Let's make it bottom a kill.
And EG's smoking top, but nobody on Liquid's even there.
He's just dead instantly. The searing Euro damage is too much. He doesn't even have level 4 of it with the level 3 strafe.
And this is what makes Miracle such an incredible player. It's not about his laning prowess. I wouldn't say he's one of the... Like, he's not the best laner in the world, but he plays Dota and understands and reads a game better than
I play Dota
possibly just everybody else.
Yeah, more than likely he does. But look at this. Ice armor. This makes you... It's a struggle to take this tower. Meanwhile, S4 getting some creeps top, but mind control, that's the problem.
He is only level 4.
Yeah, look, crit's level 5. The toss in, this should be a kill. Gonna lift him up, throw him back. Stun, doesn't even want to use toss. Doesn't have to, hits him with the tree, throws it after, but now Fly gonna get dove bottom. Do we have a swap? We do not by GH. Fly might be able to get away unless he blocks himself. He definitely, a misplay there by Fly. Probably
Gets his sack
ran
off
down,
value.
but a little bit of a misplay. And now, look at this. We have the Spectre going middle as well as the Veno. The lanes are done.
Yeah.
The lanes are already over, it seems like. We're going to see a stun. We're going to see him toss him back. Dagger's already on cooldown, though. They're going to glyph it up so they can tank it up. And look who's here. It's GH from behind. Mind control coming as well. Still a level 4 Drow, but it might be enough to get this kill. It's
Nice
a deny by Sumail. Pretty easy to get with that tree, but just a heads-up play.
This is just such a pleasure to watch.
This is awesome, Dota.
Like, it really is. And in the meantime, like, I love that Crit and S4, they do a lot of creep wave shenanigans up top. This is the best tower they could be taking, and their tower push is so limited that the fact that they use this time to deal that much damage is quite nice. Like, that tower was full HP a couple of minutes ago.
Well, what do you do? What do you do against Miracle? He's dominating the game. He is 2,000 net worth up at 10 minutes in over everyone else. Do you just how do you play against him?
It's a Clinks though. He's cooldown dependent. He's only really gonna hunt when his ult is active.
Ooh, Crit trying to TP out. He will. Kuroki a little bit roughed up, and Fly and S4 are gonna get ultied by Matumba Man. I think Fly might go down here.
You can toss him. Oh,
Nice
nice move by
helping.
S4 there.
Yep, and now Kuroki tries to fly uphill, won't make it. Fly is gonna die. He will go down to Matumba, but they get a bounty rune. Maybe.
He's
Get
gonna
a
kill
bottle
him
of
first.
S4, yeah.
Yeah, both teams
This
got
preserves the shrine.
So now we're going to see, again, it's finally going to be another rotation from Miracle. He just hits level 10, and you have to know, he's missing off the map. This guy's about to kill somebody. EG, who's he going to find? Arteezy would be the best one to find. It's a tough kill, though.
They're scanning to try and get the dust off.
Yep, and uh-oh. Middle lane, they're going in. Mind control will go down here, but look at who's here. It's Miracle. They're just going to instantly kill Crit. Ulti pop by Arteezy. They want to get Miracle. Do they have it? They have the dust, but he's going to get healed by Kuroki. He's going to toss him straight up. Kuroki healing and damaging, perfectly aligned. On the backside, though, GH, you're a little bit out of position, but Miracle's still doing a lot of damage. They're going to try to chase down GH. Stun hits him. Do we have any Desolate? We sure don't. Does he need it? Probably not. Dagger goes. Arteezy gets the kill, but on the backside, Godlike by Miracle at 11 minutes beyond Godlike. And Fly just got himself 1,100 gold, but he was beyond Godlike at 11 minutes.
I think you actually take that if you're Liquid, because not only did he not get XP, but there's no assist. Like, there's no gold going to any member of the team but Lich. So I expect Fly to put that directly into, like, a buckler or some other armor-gaining item.
Medallion right there.
Medallion, yep.
Wow.
That's important, the medallion.
Yeah,
to be fair.
It really is.
Because it helps others as well, not just you.
Yeah.
You give it to anyone, honestly, on the team. But beyond godlike at 11 minutes into the game, and yet you see right here, it's just Miracle. He comes from behind. They kind of know he's there in a way. They get Mind Control. Mind Control's only level 5.
Yeah.
Like, he's fine dying right there. I mean, he is falling behind, which isn't good, but you're fine as long as your Miracle.
Giving him the space for level 6 on Drow is super important. And also, the Clinks, I love the way Liquid's building. They're actually maxing the aura on Venge because all of Clinks' bonus damage from his ult is base damage, so it gets amped. But the toss bottom gank with the Spectre and Tiny, and as I say, he's getting space for his level 6. EG shuts that down immediately.
You're only up now by less than 1,000. I mean, to be fair, the 1,000 net worth swing was on a Lich, so we could say it's something like 2K. But this Clinks is still scary. When's the timing for Radiant on this? Does Spectre just get Blade Mill and you fight off ult?
It's really just taking good fights.
Yeah. Middle crit. He is more than likely going to go down here. Will the fire burn him down? Will the poison sting? It looks like the poison sting will. No, GH will take it with the wave. And now they're just going to push in middle. As you see, Veno, very good at this, but Ice Armor, oh my goodness, they do almost no damage on the other side. They get a stun off, Fly goes down.
And the important thing about Veno as a hero in this lineup is he's the only one that can present himself in lanes and constantly apply pressure. It sets up for those rotations, the dives underneath tower, and then allowing them to take objectives. Drow's not a hero that ever really has a good start in competitive Dota, and she's not going to be the one that's able to do it. Clinks wants to play off map no matter how good his start is.
Wow. That denies the Blink
dies.
Dagger, too. Excellent. Man, Miracle's positioning is out of this world, and it's all set up by that ward they had bottom. They saw Sumail rotating around the long way towards mid, and Clinks just catches him, and then Avenge stun, he's dead. And that's the power of Clinks Venge right there.
Yeah, like I said, maxing out the aura. That's ridiculous damage. 24% from Miracle. That's like an extra 40 damage right now.
See you later, chicken. More than likely, no Miracle. Is he a little bit too late? He's going to throw it out. Do they glyph?
Oh, nice
someone was waiting. And now, do we have any dust? No. Fly, he does, but he's a little bit far away.
Arteezy's cutting wave bottom, going for the Blade Mill, as we mentioned.
But middle, they're going in. S4 with that Ice Armor will survive.
He has Blink on
does.
S4. But
what are you going to do with that right now?
Yeah. Still doesn't necessarily feel good. We got to pay attention for the quick Roche snipe by Liquid when they choose to go for it. They have the level 6 on Drow, supplying his entire team with 30 damage for free.
Yep. If you're EG...
Oh, swap into Fly. He's just instantly dead. Doesn't even get...
Protecting their ward.
Yeah, dude, there's so many little nuances in this game that are worthy of commentary, but there's like actually too much.
Not enough time to talk about it.
The fact that someone's waiting to glyph the courier, the way Liquid's positioning, the way they're warding, who's playing in what positions, they protect the ward.
That's really important. That a very underrated understanding that people don't see or mention a lot of is when you have an important ward, you have to just camp next to it with heroes that threaten, and that's just
because it burns so much time. Man. You find a kill, you protect the ward, kill the sentry, you force the poorer team to buy another sentry, and now as you can see, they have just 2 heroes camping it to ensure that they take this ward out. Yeah. But it's already served its purpose, and Liquid's just farming in 5 different places.
Meanwhile, Kuroki this Phoenix 5 position is just gets to farm bottom.
Yep.
Level 8 on that. So what is this Clinks? It seems like he's slowed down a little bit.
Diffusal blade.
When you get that diffusal, it's still tough, right? You've actually taken so many towers bottom. It feels like EG's going to play farther back, but I guess in the long run, that's good for your team.
It's just they want to continue to force skirmishes, even if they're slightly unfavorable. You just want your Spectre to get ahead. I would trade 2 for 3 and know that my Spectre gets a kill because his item timings are everything. And I don't know how I feel about these double blink daggers coming out from EG because
top lane. Yep. I mean, it's not many stats, right? They're going to use the Spectre ulti immediately. Matumuman goes down before he gets ulti out. They're going to go to the backside. They're going to look for GH. S4 blinks forward. The tree throw going to help do a little extra damage. They get GH. It's a 2 for 0. Elsewhere on the map, it's just Kuroki still farming bottom, but EG, I mean, they'll probably take that 2 for 0, even though they had to commit 5 heroes.
That's what EG is looking for, though. It's they don't farm creeps fast enough to focus, to play some sort of farming game. You could see that little bit of interim where they were countering the ward. Liquid was farming both ancient camps and 2 lanes. EG can't do that as efficiently. They need to keep finding these kills every time Haunt is active.
And they do that. Haunt will be back up in about 2 minutes.
Blade Mill done on Spectre, too, if he chooses to finish it off.
So if you're Liquid, how do you get mind control back in this game? Are you fine just letting him do his thing.
You
If
hit
he dies,
creeps
he
off
dies.
map.
He's not the key to this game. It's the Veno and the Clinks.
Okay, they get the kill on crit, but Sumail kills Croaky, but he's going to die. Guess what?
Jesus,
Miracle
that
has
damage.
that Diffusal Blade.
That's so good because he doesn't need damage. He has Venge and Drow. He just needed to ensure that he can hit whoever's in front of him during the duration of the strafe. And
Who
it's
gets
the
away
cheapest-
from a Diffusal Blade on Radiant?
Nobody.
Not a single hero. Like, they don't have enough stun duration to protect themselves. Even the Ursa ulti's not long enough
Look at
to
this.
get away from the Diffusal
BSJ,
Blade.
you talked about this. They're going to go into Roche right now. Are they going to be able well, they're going
Oh,
to go
hell,
back
they
out
saw
of it.
Arteezy.
Yeah, they know. If they can somehow get him, will he dagger back inside? He's going to TP.
He
Is
dies,
there
I
any
think.
stuns? Do they need it? Barely survives there. but
And that's
barely's
all
good enough.
the 5 armor piece he had on him. That was the first component he bought of the Blade Mail, and the one he ensured he held on to.
That was a good old butt clencher right there. That was a little too close for comfort. And EG making to look something happen. They have the Morbid Mask on Ursa. This allows them to potentially sneak Roche if they choose to do that.
It's a good smoke time, and they have the double blink, and they know Roche is an objective.
They're not going for it. Looks like they. Oh, Kuroki, big team fighter. Do they want to find someone else? Looks like they're looking in the jungle.
Yeah, they have the
ward on
ward. They see
Miracle.
Miracle. This is a huge kill.
Can they get? They're gonna go stun toss combo. Ursha done it. You barely use Ursha, and he's just dead. 420 gold for Sumail. And now, do you pressure mid? Do you go for Roche, or do
You
you just
cannot
farm?
Roche
Yeah, you
against
can't
Veno.
Roche.
This is the down. Look, this is the Veno factor right here. You just spam wards,
Look at- oh
and
my
and those smoke moves will work. But if Liquid's ever reading EG's movements, there's no way to ever catch them off guard or even blink on them because they just play around this ward wall.
I don't know how Fly's still alive. He just knows he's like, I'm just gonna sit here. He gets Urn and Veno ward once, but he's just chilling. No vision on him.
Yeah, this ward already got the Clinks killed. Mind Control's got to be careful. Spectre.
He's 12. Wow. This game got a lot closer now after that gank on the level 14 Clinks. I mean, you look at the net worth, it's still Clinks at the top, but he needs to make stuff happen to keep Spectre from
And
getting out of control.
It's really important that Arteezy's been farming top this entire time. He has that ward to play off of, but bottom is very exposed, and he wants to stay in this area to be available for a Roche fight, and just because who else is going to farm this top lane on his team?
Yeah.
Ursa Tiny want to stay off map.
Oh, and he does have the Veno ward.
Let's find out when it hits something.
It doesn't apply to us.
We'll wait for it.
It's going to hit something.
Well, not this one, but
Come on.
let's see. He's using it correctly. He doesn't care about anything. He just wants to get plenty of vision for his team, push out that bottom lane, and look at Arteezy still just sitting up here. But Liquid, they're looking at Roshan right now, and they can do it pretty damn quick. Level 2 Wave of Terror, the level 4 Vengeance Sword with the Drower, as you said, and look at this Roche. Oh my goodness. So quickly going down.
It applies it.
And the Venom does get applied from ward, but this is going to be a free Roshan here. GH almost wasn't free. He almost dies there. And they give it to Matumba, man. Are you surprised they don't give it to the Clinks, or is he
Nah.
useless without his ulti?
Pretty terrible.
I think it's the right
Aegis
choice.
carrier.
Yeah, Veno is such a great Aegis carrier, whereas Clinks is sort of like a Terrorblade in that with his ult down. He just isn't worthwhile. And BSJ, that was just a test. I'm glad you passed.
Nice. And Veno is their dangler. He's the hero that is going to stand in the front lines. Hopefully you
Ooh,
want him to
silence.
get initiated.
Spike
Oh,
command. Yeah, they get the
nice.
silence. It's a 2-man. S4
The
can't even
ward.
get Urshock up. He does finally get off, but everyone else is slowed from man. They're going to throw him back. That is going to be a kill. It's going to be a 3-man ulti. GH is going to help swap Matumba man out. Can they finally get that kill? They want to go for GH first instead. On the backside, Arteezy
my
does
goodness.
get it. GH goes down. There goes the Aegis. Fly. Still going, but S4 has to just get out of here. Matumba, is he just going to die again? Arteezy is just dominating them, and look at this, a toss over. I don't know if he meant to toss S4. Maybe he did. He said, get in there, buddy, and they're going to get another kill. It's GH going down. S4 TP's back, and a gigantic team fight. Oh, you're
No.
yeah, you got to do the illusion. The Venge, if Crit didn't get that kill, he wouldn't have died, but, you know, sometimes you take them, and, well, Liquid just, that was a buyback from Venge, I believe, yes.
Okay, he didn't have his 4-staff delivered.
It's
Mind
all
Control
this
had.
ward, man. This one ward on that top shrine of Dire has set up so much in this game. The excellent ward placed by Fly, I believe, much earlier. And that was a great fight from
Is
EG.
he dead? He already dove on the
Bro,
Phoenix
he-
Blade Mill?
I think he, yeah, Arteezy.
Okay, he doesn't know he dove.
Yeah, and we can also see that Arteezy could get that kill for free, right? But obviously he doesn't have vision. He doesn't know who's TPing to that tier 1 or tier 2, so he smartly just gets out, and you see the the fight up here again.
Yep.
Mind Control with a great silence, but S4 just max range Earth Shot.
That was the force staff on the courier.
Yeah,
exactly.
He just gets right there.
And Matumbaman force-staffed in to try and help him out immediately, and that's the danger of overcommitting to trying. It's save a buddy syndrome. Your Drow's in trouble, he goes down, but the enemy squad is already, EG's there as 5. They're ready, and you're using your force, and then you're dead. Your Aegis respawns. Like, suddenly 3 heroes are dead. Now 4. They give him a Matumbaman. Like, it's a rough one.
Why did Phoenix not ulti? I know it didn't. It looked like there might have been a good chance, like right near the tier 2, right? But he just didn't commit it.
When the fight's not on your own terms and the Spectre Haun's all chaotic, it's just.
And Versinurse, I guess, who was still there.
Okay, timeout. Look at Kuroki's quick buy.
Okay.
He has 3,400 gold,
Wow.
and he's queuing up a Radiance.
But now he just put a Shiva's.
He better buy that Radiance.
I hope he
That
does.
is.
I don't know.
That's just ambitious.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the GPM talent, but
Shiva's is way better, right?
it's a lot of gold to save as what you would think is a 5 position, but I guess he's playing more of the 4.
And it's not like, the thing is, cool, you get Radiance Burn. You're not right-clicking anyone, right? You're just going to be an Egg and Sunring the fight. All you get is the burn. Don't you want that Shiva's a lot more?
Yeah, I personally think he'll go back for
He's
Shivas,
going
but-
Radiance.
You think?
It's TI. He's playing serious.
This is a game that looks really awkward for Liquid at this point with the Drow lineup against the Spectre late game, and I feel like you can't necessarily rely on going standard item builds on all of your heroes to win this game for Liquid.
Yep. And speaking of that, but this Clinks, right? He was beyond godlike at 11 minutes in, and we just haven't seen much more out of him after that. Is that just because of how EG's playing, or has Miracle been too passive, do you think?
No, they caught him out several times.
Yeah, it's the one death he had in the top jungle, and then again, like, just look at where Arteezy's been playing for the last 10 to 15 minutes, just up in the trees, top lane, pressures it. When they show up, he hides. Haunt is ready. His team smokes. Excellent every time.
Blade Mail Manta.
Yep.
The only build to go nowadays in a lot of these matchups. I shouldn't say the only one.
And look at the line. That's Arteezy's line right there. He's like, guys, they're over here. Come, please help me.
But look at this. I like Miracle somehow knew. He shows that Crit was over there. He just has to take a little bit of a guess. And look at, they're going to go between the towers.
Yeah, this is the play. They're so strong right now. They can take a fight as long as they get that initiation.
Yeah, but this Clinks, very farm as well, just brings out the Desolate, so they have a ton of damage. And now EG, they're kind of going in blind, right? They don't know if Dire has a ward right here. They have no clue about that.
These are interesting wards. No, not many other teams.
Dire's going to see S4 on the backlines because they have that ward, but I believe S4, he didn't see anyone, but he played a little bit scary, and this could just be a straight-up 5-on-5 fight, but Kuroki's not there. Yeah, they have to get out. Kuroki is bottom.
He's committed. He has the relic.
There are very few teams that would ward in those positions, and Liquid is one of them, where they're playing that area and they invest in that one ward just to ensure that, look, we can't get backstabbed here because we will lose everyone.
It's crazy that they have a ward in the front entrance and the back entrance. Like, it's just so cool to see the warding. And it's this game is a game of inches, right? We saw the Drought get picked off with the Courier being half a second away from delivering that force staff, and this is the kind of stuff that just decides these games. All about how quick they get stuff done. Immediately smoking to the bottom lane. Spectre, he's aware. And all of EG is clearly ready for this. This could go quite disastrous for Liquid.
Are they ready for it? Because they do go in, but Spectre immediately gets it off. The status resistance is going to be good. Mind Control gets his wand off. It saves him for a little bit longer. He goes down. It is an ulti from Matumbaman. I believe it only hit one of them. Did it?
I don't think it hit anybody.
0. I thought it had S4, but it sure did not. And now Arteezy is going to chase. Matumbaman, it's a hasted Sumail. Toss, double hit, easy kill. And now all of a sudden,
I mean,
your Phoenix hasn't used an ulti once. He's going Radiance. I mean,
he might die here. He sees him. He sees.
But Miracle, no, Miracle sees S4.
Do they? They both have it. Oh no, that was a Radiant Sentry.
So
I mean, that's such a insanely
aggressive, overly aggressive,
optimistic.
All of those words are applicable because your Phoenix is buying a Radiance, and he's not there, and he's still farming it. You're playing this game not with a lead, but like 5,000 gold down, because that's all dead net worth on your Phoenix right now.
Yeah,
that's just such an interesting play. I like the concept behind it, but the timing just doesn't suit.
Oh, bottom lane.
They kill each other, Arteezy and Miracle, but Arteezy gets the kill
experience.
First.
And Miracle gets the gold. 1,100 gold.
Wow.
It's a lot. That's a lot for both of them. But, I mean, isn't getting that level 25 talent on Spectre, I mean, we're still far away. But getting levels on him is good, and look at this. Arteezy oh, you know, you got 1K. He knows something's a little wonky with this. We are going to see stun toss combo. GH gets instantly blown up. And look at that, 2 of the best players in the world. You know, still fun.
Yeah.
Yep, and they're queuing up the Silver Edge on the Drow. You see that they want to take these longer fights. That's their idea behind how they can win this late game. That's why the Radiance makes a little bit of sense too.
It's gonna be they're just gonna square up on each other right here, and
mana battle.
That's why he does get the range creep though. That's good. And there it is, Blade Mail. I can't believe Miracle committed for that. Would you? I mean, it's worth it for him, right? He got a ton of gold. I'm just wondering.
I mean, that's one of those when you're in, you're in. There's no turning back.
And now Miracle gets his ulti up. He's ready to go hunting again. He has death, so he's going BKB. What
Radiant
can
stun.
the Radiant do versus this BKB on Clinks? Do they have something?
Bash him.
Blade Mails.
Blade Mails and Bash.
Yeah,
so
they're equipped to deal with this, honestly. He has to buy one, but at the same time, it doesn't make
him
question. Immune.
How are they going to deal with this Radiance on Phoenix?
Yeah, that's a great question.
That's what I want to know.
I got no answer.
Oh, and there we go. They're going to swap in crit. He does have a Yules, but he doesn't have anything else. But here comes the Spectre. Any ulti up? There sure is, but they don't want to take it. Sumail is going to get the double hit. Can they get Miracle quickly? No, because his ulti's still going. There's the Radiance Phoenix. GH might go down, or no one will. They kill it, though. S4 brings it down. They kill Fly.
Damage,
now
though.
S4, he's just going to get melted. And they're just going to have to run away. Arteezy's used ulti, and, well, guess what? This Phoenix,
defusal.
It pays off, and Arteezy should just go down here. He does. What a fight there. They get the swap. They kill the Rubik off immediately. No wards, no Veno ulti. The Rubik can still, and makes it a lot easier.
And Veno, what do you know? Going for the 4-staff pipe halberd.
Yep. Very just utility. I mean, that's what you need.
He's going to be the enabler for the rest of his team, and I think that Phoenix realizes that they have a Drow that's not going to scale all that well. In terms of alone, like she's going to enable the rest of her team as well, and they have this Veno who's building utility, so he legitimately has to scale even harder than a normal Phoenix does.
And you can see it's pretty much just who gets the initiation that seems to win these fights, because that first hero dies to either side. There's no real save for either team, so the Venom ulti ends up hitting 3. If Kuro had egged just a little bit ups on the high ground, I think they end up winning this fight even more decisively, but it's fine. They get 3 for 2. You'll take that.
Especially when the 2 are supports on your team. You're like, all right, we did it, and we killed Arteezy. That's it, right? Just locking down Arteezy and letting Miracle get the kill.
Just the team on the clock is still Liquid. However, this is about the peak, I would say, of their damage output. They're going to run into issues once the Ursa has BKB and as Spectre continues to ramp up in items. Like,
uh-oh, look at that.
Can we just point out Lich's items?
Fly gets destroyed. Well, we can point out that he's dead and that S4 might be dead as well. He's ulting, trying to run away. Can he make it out? It's not looking good. There is going to be a Diffusal Blade. Doesn't even need it. Wave of Terror gives vision. Croaky, I believe, gets it with the Radiance.
The Radiance factor.
Take a moment to appreciate Fly's innovation on Lich here. I think that's really important.
Why?
He's going Mask of Madness first item.
Why should we appreciate it?
Because he's saying, my job's to hit this egg, and I'm dying immediately before or after that happens.
But should he be? He shouldn't even be near the egg, right?
I feel like he could have invested in some armor for his teammates.
Yeah. I mean, that's about the craziest adjustment I've ever seen. I really don't know how I feel about it.
Because we don't know if it actually worked. Because
well, let's wait and see who wins.
We will.
Okay. And then we'll decide results-oriented judgment of the call.
If you win, every decision you made is correct.
If he kills the egg one single time with that Mask of Madness, he has me sold.
This Roche drops so quickly. Holy smokes. They get a tier 2 bottom, but you're so happy as Liquid with this. You get it up on Mind Control now, who's actually doing damage. Has a Hurricane Pike first, is going for a Silverage, but I mean, even with no items, right, you're doing 250 damage a hit.
Venge gives Clink 70 damage, and Drow gives him 67, so he has a free 140 damage.
Not bad.
How do you, it's the fights, right? Right now, like you said, whoever's initiating is getting this, but it feels like, is it impossible to find a Liquid now? Like, just, even if you get the jump 5-on-5, you have the Radiance, Phoenix, and the Veno.
And now the BKB on Clink. So all of a sudden,
you can't fight.
Yeah, you need to pick someone off immediately. That's the problem. And EG has this difficulty because they don't have those free team fight abilities. Like, they don't have the ability to even itemize for 4 staffs. Like, they're just at the mercy of finding a kill, haunting to find more kills. And I don't see Liquid being caught isolated and then following up one by one as they did in previous engagements. So you're going to need to make a really good move and have a big positional advantage if you're EG.
Look at the way they play around bounty runes. Both teams just had like 3 heroes or more camped on a bounty rune before it even spawned. It's
just look at the way they play around wards too. Like the top lane is now where Liquid's playing. They already have the preemptive vision behind tower, and they're probably going to just show 1 hero, maybe 2, and the rest can look to dive. Kuro is the one who would dive, of course, literally, but he's still on the way. I still cannot believe he has a Radiance, but that's the benefit of the 90 GPM talent, I suppose.
Can you miss the egg?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
No, I have no idea, man. There's too many mechanics. I'm going to go with yes.
Okay. I shouldn't ask you. I feel like if I were to flip a coin, it'd be more likely to be correct. But mid lane, we see a swap onto Arteezy. Oh! That's why they pay him the big bucks.
Why?
Because he Manta dodges.
That's why you buy Manta.
Yeah,
I know, but
you don't buy it because it's good. You buy it to style.
Yeah.
And they're pressuring top. They have the Drought Aura activated, double catapults. Those things hit for almost triple damage. And Veno, take the tower. Nice.
Do they have Glyph? No, they don't.
No, they just used it. They just used it.
No,
they're not?
Dire Glyph.
Oh, to glyph the catapults?
Yeah.
That would have been cool. They probably get the tower if they had glyph.
Yeah. And I love the itemization from the Veno. You don't need to do damage, just Force Staff, Pipe.
You guys are
full tank ability. He'll get a Halberd. That's an excellent item against Tiny Spectre and Ursa.
I mean, they traded that tower damage, though. Look at bottom tower, tier 3 on Dire. The siege units did the same amount of work.
And double damage clinks. That ult is base damage, I repeat. He's going to have
middle Arteezy.
500 damage without the Venge near him.
Well, they don't get the swap. Whoa, he tries to ulti. Arteezy's just juking and jiving. He's going to use the Manta, but he gets silenced afterwards. S4 is here now. He's going to go forward. I don't even think he sees Miracle. He gets GH. Miracle, who's he going to go for? Does he just try to kill Critter? Does he get out of there? The dust gets popped. He lifts him up. It's going to be a buyback from GH. Miracle gets the cheese off, though he's still up. Here comes the egg with the Radiance. Sumail can't even hit. He's so slow. Miracle's going to run away alive, I believe. Dispersion won't be enough to kill him. Now we're going to see Gale on the backside. Kuroki doing so much work. Blade does get popped. Miracle does die to Arteezy, but they're going to wipe off everything else, and only the 2 supports survive for EG, and that's going to be 1 more down. It's Crit. Who will get this kill? Is it the Radiance? Sure is.
This is the sickest Radiance Phoenix purchase.
I can't believe how crisp that fight was from both sides. You could see GH like repositioning once he recognized he couldn't get the swap. He ends up going down, immediately buying back, and that's the decisiveness that we were missing yesterday. In these top teams, there is no hesitation. They understand that they're walking into the next engagement with buyback ready, and it's just huge.
Yep, and look at that. That's a good thing about the Phoenix too. You just full heal your entire team and your creep wave moving forward. And now, what can they do?
No glyph for Radiant. They have 2 buybacks, and Ursa is already going to be respawned. Spectre buyback isn't exactly threatening since he has no haunt. He had Radiance queued up, but he has turned it into a BKB because of all the ridiculous amounts of damage over times coming out from Liquid. And Blade Mail is proving to be a problem for this Clinks, but Clinks surprisingly has turned from #1 net worth to not the core part of their ability to win this game, which is so weird, because he's still #1 net worth.
S4 will get Hurricane Pike. The melee Rax does stand a nice silence, so he just wants to get this melee Rax. Doesn't look like they can. Sumail comes in, the swap comes, saves them out, but now they're going to lift him up. They want to go on the backside.
Nice Halberd.
It is going to be a Halberd, like you said, but Ursa not dying yet because of his ulti. Now it's going to wear off, and Kuroki's going to do so much damage. See you later, Fly. See you later, S4. Crit goes for a kill. They get the Aegis. Arteezy's in. He has Blade Mail, no ulti for 10. They might reset. They might just give up this melee Rax. Looks like they will. And a big fight again. A nice small little skirmish. Liquid kills 2 and forces the buyback in Lich.
And the big item, Silver Edge now on Drow.
Ursa.
Oh, swap from Crit actually puts him in, but now the toss goes. Mind Control goes down. A really nice swap by Crit. They're going to find Miracle. He just wants to get this Rax, and it looks like he will. No, he won't. The Ward's trying to do it, but look at the Ice Armor. They do have that on the back lines. Is anything going to happen? It is going to be an egg.
Is he going to die? Oh my god, the wards.
They get it even
Cover
with
up the
that
egg.
Ice Armor.
Nice.
And there we go. Another fight from Liquid that just looks so well.
They're so good.
They bought back on Drow just for the damage.
That's actually crazy. There's too much to talk about, in all honesty. It's just, if you're watching this with us, just
please
enjoy
just appreciate it with us.
You get it once a year, guys. There's not many opportunities to watch Dota played of the highest caliber, and we get another game after this one. I'd still say it's possible for EG to take this, but it's certainly got more difficult. Yeah, it's just the Drow lineups, man. There's too much damage, and I really think Kuroki's the X factor. We were memeing about the Radiance, but at the end of the day, like, now that he has Radiance and Shiva's level 20, he'd be the same net worth as Rubik and change had he not chosen to farm for 20 minutes.
And this was just that hole, right? He farmed bottom the entire game. That looks like Fly will just go down so quickly. We'll get dusted. But
still working on that Mask of Madness.
Uh-oh, RTZ gonna get dove on here. 1400 range plus. And now they're just gonna push in. They just gonna kill off these siege units right now.
I feel like any other team in the world down 2K with the lineup Team Liquid has at 20 minutes would have lost this game.
Just a couple of really big engagements. Playing around Roche as well, I think that's something that we're going to see, especially as we head up into the bracket stage. The second Roche is so critical. They win that initial fight mid, Miracle cheesed, BKB'd, and survived. And when you absorb nearly 2 full health bars of damage, it's very difficult for EG to win a team fight.
Especially against a hero like Ursa Tiny, because they rely on bursting you, and they can only do it once.
Yeah, and here we see the fight up at the top lane right here. And this was a good swap. Crit did steal it.
Yeah, it's great play from both sides, and they're immediately there ready to finish off the Drow. Miracle gets lifted and recognizes immediately, I'm going to just BKB and hit this Rax. As soon as Strafe, he's gone now. And the wards just do barely enough damage, as you said. I think Mind Control bought back like midway through that Strafe just to give damage. And then Kuroki eggs at a far enough back position to cover the retreat, but also not make himself susceptible to going down to an Ursa blanket.
Yep, and now, right now in this, you just see Kuroki, he's just playing like he has no cares in the world. He knows he can't really anything happen to him, but look, Swap Bag is going to save Matoma Man. Can he get off his ulti? Does he want to right now? It's going to be an easy kill on GH. He's going to ulti, but it's only going to be on Arteezy and his illusions, and he's just going to chase down Matoma Man. Do you want to overcommit on this? It looks like he does. He does get the BKB off. Is he going to die? He needs about 2 or 3 more hits. Arteezy needs to juke. Some vision there. He has the ice armor. They don't see him yet. He's going to throw the dagger. He is going to go down. Tiny on the backside will end up killing Kuroki. Kuroki instantly buys back. S4 is down as well, and another fight for Liquid that goes so well. But look at this, Sumail's going to go back in. He does end up getting Matoma Man, who just buys back. Are they just going to try to end the game here?
I feel like we've been flaming a lot of buybacks this tournament, and Liquid is showing you how to use buybacks. Just go.
I mean,
you already forced
the lack of buybacks.
I'm so sorry, that's what I'm saying. The buyback play.
There's no punishment on buybacks anymore, with the exception of the gold you spend to do so. And if you're in a position where you can trade that little bit of gold, you get it back when you take these key objectives. And as you can see, it's instant. As soon as they're going down, they're immediately back in the game, and the entire team is still forward-facing, ready to move and take a critical part of EG's base down.
And look at this.
Bottom racks?
Yep, Drow Ranger with that aura helping. Even Phoenix did like 50 damage to the tower when he hit it once.
And his egg, even though it went down, Kuroki put it in a position where Ursa blinked in, BKB'd, and committed to it. And he just dies to physical damage as he does so. So they kill Kuro, but they trade too.
The swap in again this time, Miracle, but it's going to be an instant sheep on Sumail. He's going to toss them back to the fountain, does a little bit of damage, but they are just going to kill Crit, it looks like, as well as the Rax. Crit's going to buy back. Arteezy's going to buy back. They have to take this fight right now. Dagger's going to fly. They are going to at least get Kuroki, who did die back. Matumba Man die back as well. That is going to be Mega Creeps. They are losing their base still. They have to defend it, but Miracle's like, I'll just take this tier 4. Sure, I'm out of here.
They got that Rax with the last 2 Vin awards. Imagine if they waited 5 seconds on buybacks. Right? It just shows how important it is. The description from me about what it means to be a tier 3 to tier 1 player is simply how fast you make these same decisions. And the pace of the game that these two teams are operating at. And I mean, I'm obviously more impressed by Liquid simply because not only are they winning the game, but they were in a spot where you don't look at them as having the superior late game, and they were behind, and then they turn it around.
I would say it's definitely a little more than decision-making from Tier 3 to Tier 1 players.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But I'm saying that it's one of the biggest distinguishments between these teams is, like,
they're just better than almost everybody else, which is part of the reason they were favored coming into this event as teams that could challenge for the Aegis.
But like what I'm saying,
third Roche, but
we know what you're saying.
We know what you're saying, but no one knows what you mean, and we really don't have enough time to get to it.
To try to figure it out.
After the cast, we can sit down, we can get the pen and paper.
I'll write my essay.
And we can get the pros and cons of being a Tier 1 Dota 2 player.
Okay, because I don't actually know what that's like, but we'll
get Miracle to grade
honestly,
it.
no one on this desk does.
Yeah, let's be fair. Unless you're talking about 1v1 mid with Grant.
That's true.
Yeah.
And so S4 level 20 goes for the Fury swipes damage. They did... I mean, it's still hard right now for Liquid to push in, right? Because if you lose 3 of these heroes, you won't have buybacks still.
Yeah, you
but
wait
just
buybacks.
wait.
If you just don't let them in down mid,
Yeah.
that's their win condition for EG.
It's tough to it's just tough to deal with Megas as well for EG. So it's really difficult for them to leave the base. Spectre can sort of deal with one wave, but you know, if you can't just clear Megas and get back to your team. It takes a long time, unfortunately. And
the positive is that Lich Morbid Mask can be turned into the Vlads for the sustained push when they eventually go for it.
Yeah, this is the Refresher Shard, by the way, so you will have double Haunt, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
It's going to be rough here because obviously he doesn't have the most damage, right? Like, Blade Mill Manta is very good about 20-25 minutes when he got it, but now when that's all you have, you're very underfarmed on this Spectre, even though you're third net worth.
Yep. And it's just the strength of Drow lineups. It turns almost all of your heroes into cores, and it enables them to buy defensive items.
Oh, and look at this. They are going to find S4. He is just going to run away, though. GH going to continue to chase. Already used the swab. He's going to turn it. Crit's actually going to pop it up. They're going to look for him. He's going to pop the ulti. Can they bring Miracle down this quickly? It is going to be the Phoenix coming in with the Radiance. They want Miracle so bad, but they're committing too much for it. He hasn't even died yet. He finally goes down on the backside. Arteezy has a BKB. Hasn't used it yet because he does have that Aegis. Matoma Man, they're setting up for him right now. Another buyback from Miracle. He's going to run in. He does get the BKB. He is just getting run down. S4 says, I'll help out, but he gets galed. That's going to be big for the rest of this fight. He can't blink or get anything done. Miracle's back. He can definitely just defuse the first person he sees. No, he'll sheep instead. A nice lift by Crit. Will that be enough to save S4? It might be. Arteezy's going to turn it. Can't kill GH. And now he's in a bad spot right now. He's just squaring up on him. It's going to be Miracle killing S4, and it's going to be Arteezy eating the cheese, not going down yet. They're trying to kill him, and they are going to be able to find him. No buyback, more than likely.
His team
going
can't
to
help
be
him.
The game.
They're stuck in the base trying to defend desperately against Megas. They're the only reason the game didn't end immediately, but alas, I think once they get Mega, that's pretty much GG. Excellent game from both sides, but
Liquid just showing, I mean, they're showing why they won the Aegis, you know, a little bit sooner, and they've been around a little bit longer, and just the draft, right? It felt like Liquid, you guys said they should have a very good laning phase. They did. And they knew how to play it, right? That's the biggest thing. You win laning phase. What do you do after? They knew.
And the one thing I would comment, I think both teams do an excellent job